so glad you could join me today again. I hope you guys enjoy the intros I'm making. I've been messing around with the intros here and there. Um, Today we're gonna be doing a nice little interesting painting. Um, that involves maybe some water, maybe a cliff off, maybe some, I don't know. We'll come up with that on the spot. But in the meantime, let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While you're doing that, let me tell you what I got up here on my easel. I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretched, double prime. Double prime again meaning 2 layers of gesso. My medium is to the side, no medium here, and we could get started with today's painting. Now, some of the stuff on my palette, as you can see, it's really messy. I just finished shooting last video, so if you haven't checked that one out yet, go check it out. But so I have some dirty brushes and I have some dirty brushes and I have my palette a bit messy, but we can manage. So I'm going into a little bit of phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is a nice strong color. As I said in the last video, you don't have to use phthalo blue. You can use a different color if you wish. Okay, load that up nicely into your brush by tapping it, and I'm gonna add some medium to thin out that paint so it can go on easy. Just loading up my brush. And as I said last video, I think scrubbing the paint on, it's much quicker and easier than doing those X mark strokes. Let me dip some more medium. For medium, I'm using linseed oil. I start off with very little medium, then add some more if I need some. Just like so. I'm just doing crazy hand movements, getting the paint on. Really, that's all it is. Okay. And by doing this, by just scrubbing the paint on, it applies a thinner layer than what it normally is. So, when you apply clouds in your sky, your paint shouldn't really blend in as much or get polluted because you have a very thin amount. It's almost like a stain on your canvas. So then towards the end, I kind of just do crisscross, go across, just to kind of keep it nice looking. You can tap on some like this, but I sort of want to darken this a bit. Just like so. Maybe a bit more here. Sort of just blend it out. Just like that. Nice little sky. It looks so dark. That corner on camera at least. Okay. And for the water, I'm gonna add some water. Notice how it doesn't go on that easily. So I gotta dip my brush into some medium. Pull my brush through some paint and medium. And just start from the edge and pull inwards. I put quite a bunch of medium in order to have it this thin out. Maybe a bit more down here, just like so. Next time I do this, I'm gonna put some medium onto the canvas instead. It's much quicker and efficient, at least when it comes to painting wise, or recording wise, I should say. Needs to be darker. You could tell how this side is much darker. And just go across. I want to sort of blend out that center, but not cover it. Sort of just blend it out until it's nice and like if it's almost gone but not gone. Okay, so let me put this brush to the side. Let me clear up some space. Oh, almost dropped my medium. I gotta be careful, if not, I'll make a big old mess. I made a table, you guys seen it with the angle I used to have, and I almost dropped the medium on the whole thing. Some medium, some white. And I just want some indications. No waves. Something like so. And I sort of want to blend it out. I just need that little indication. You know what? I'm gonna do like a little C. Okay? And with that brush, just sort of like so. Okay. Now, I'm gonna use a 1-inch to make a cloud. And I'm gonna go back in there with the fan brush, because usually that way they turn out the best for me. Different brushes work best for some people. Corner of your brush and blend the bottom of that cloud before you go over it with another brush, or if you go over it again, you need to blend it and all that. Really pushing that paint into that fabric. Okay, same step. For each time you do it, you have to repeat the step. You can do it as many times as you want, but you gotta do the same thing over and over again. Okay, let's go ahead let's get crazy. What can I do? Okay, I'm gonna use my fan brush. Let's put in a cliff, sort of, to speak. It just crashes into that water. You know what? I changed my mind. Now I'm going to add more blue to sort of bring that old look back. You can add more color here and there. Usually that's what you would see. Now, I want to show maybe some light. So maybe right around here. Just with the palette knife, just sort of tapping, and so it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna blend it out. You can pull up and down and side to side to really work that. Something like so, and you can kind of go from there. Now, let me just fill in this maybe cliff. Just using my fan brush number 3 to fill it in. Okay, now that we have that going, what we can do is, in the last video you saw me do this orangey brown color. I think I want that color. It's a mix of orange, a mix of cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, and a little bit of dark sienna. That's all it is there. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what? Let me add some white so we can have that contrast going. Because I want two to stand out. And all I'm doing is tapping with the brush. Using the corner of my 2-inch brush, I'm just tapping maybe some leaves. Maybe those crazy little hang-me-downs. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just a painter. Just like that. We have it going. And now I'm going to go into dark sienna and some white. Dark sienna and white. Cut a row. Maybe here and there. You see some of those, that rock sort of sticking out. Just you decide. But just like if you're doing a mountain. Just like, imagine it like a mountain. Now load your brush and I would suggest you go over it a bit, just so everything looks together and doesn't look awkward. You know what? I'm gonna grab my blender brush. Shoot, I rarely grab or use my blender. No pressure at all. Now I'm going to go into some dark sienna, some of that brown color. Just tapping it on the brush. Shoot, I want a bit more of that orangey color. You could just go back and forth with this. Okay. Let me add some white. This one that's in the front, I want it a bit lighter. Just for the purpose of standing out a bit more. Okay, something like so. Just like that. We got that done. Maybe we pull some of that brown and just make it into reflections. Maybe get some ivory black involved. Who knows? Let me beat the brush, pull across or pull down and go across. With beating the brush, I will remove the little extra paint that you have. Cut a roll of titanium white. And just lightly go over. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now, what I'm going to do, okay. I'm going to a little bit of the ivory black and sort of just here. And just bring this together. And you can pull some reflections down. Maybe there's an island over there. Okay. Somewhere around those lines, there's a little island just sitting down, relaxing. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of cadmium yellow with my dirty fan brush, and I'm going to add little touches of green just to indicate that maybe there's some life. Maybe there's some trees hanging out there. And whatever you do here, you gotta reflect it. You have to, that's the rule. Go across. Now, let's put in, maybe that's a rocky one. Maybe that's no trees. Maybe it's just rocks. So dark sienna, and just sort of put in a design of where you think some of those rocks will live. Okay? Lightly pull down and go across. Now, you gotta put some water lines. Gotta put those water lines in. You see, you could change throughout the painting. Maybe you feel one way. I felt like I was just gonna have those watermarks, and I went back, erased them, and it's just a back and forth thing, really. It's not so much about how you're doing it. What matters is what's the result. Let me maybe here, and maybe it goes off somewhere here. There's gonna be some grass, maybe. Before I put in the grass, let me make it look like there's a cliff. Just like so. Just little dirt indications here and there. Let me add some pure dark sienna to change it up a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to cadmium yellow with a dirty 2-inch brush and just tap on what seems to be some grass. Load up each time. Maybe this is somewhere you would go and watch the view and just relax. I gotta go to a place like this just to be able to relax and all that. Just tap. Just like so. And load up your brush. Don't be afraid to use your paint. And kind of, if there's too much dark space, kind of blend it out. Well, not blend it out, but tap some of it out. But don't get rid of all your dark. Your dark is your friend, so you want to save some of it. Okay. Now, I am going to add in an evergreen tree. We have some time to spare. Boom. Maybe it has a friend. Okay. Just like so. Load your brush and go at it. Shoot, maybe this is a place where you could go out on a boat, have a nice little boat ride. Okay. Some base color for the other tree. If not, it would be a good old dead tree. There's nothing wrong with that though. Death comes to everything and everyone. At one point, we're all gonna die. We're not immortal. I sometimes worry about that, of the feeling of how it's gonna feel when one passes away. Then you just gotta have trust in it. Trust in everything you've done and believe. That's all I can say. Okay, got a little religious there. I'm gonna go into some ivory black and some cadmium yellow. Let's come up here and let's put in what seems to be some highlights. Okay, you might have to constantly reload your brush, and that's okay. Just like so. One more. Flip your brush if you run out. You have paint on both sides. Once you run out of paint on both sides, then you reload. And just like that, you have a finished painting. I hope you enjoyed this painting. It's a simple one, yet interesting. I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope you try this painting out. If you try it, let me know, send me a picture, and I'll gladly review it. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.